So, a man was very much proud of his cow. In India, cow is considered sacred animal. So I wonder sometime, are all animals sacred or only the cow? But anyhow, uh, so that man owned the cow and he was very proud that look at the cow. That cow, she always listens to me, she follows me. That is the topic today to make us understand what the master is saying. And so he met a monk and explained how his cow always listens to him. He was always proud of. We are always proud of the things, our house, our body. Huh? So monk asked, are you sure cow listens to you or you listen to the cow? Make it sure. So monk asked again, do you follow the cow or cow follows you? So guy who had a leash tied to the cow and one end of the leash he was holding it. So monk asked, do you follow the cow or cow follows you? Tell me straight away. The man said, I told you, cow follows me. The monk snatched the leash and threw it on the cow. The cow started running. And the man started chasing the cow. The monk said, let me know who follows whom. Do you follow the cow or the cow follows you? We always live in wrong notions throughout our life. That is the message in the fourth sutra. We are always running, but claim everything is running after me. I am the center of the universe. I am the center of the universe, and the world that I created around me is the false notion, and that wrong notion causes the ignorance in our life. So I don't keep that wrong notion that you guys chase me. I chase you. You are more important. If you do not exist, how can I give the class? How can I be branded as a teacher? No way. So I'm very clear. Now, do you recall the very first verse? Katham jnanam apnoti katham muktir bhavishyati vairagyam cha katham praptametid bruhimam prabhu. Only three questions are answered in the entire text. Liberation, how it is attained, how the knowledge is attained, and how the dispassion is attained. So the master took up muktim, how the liberation should be attained. Because once I have a liberation, I have the knowledge of the reality and I have the dispassion. Without dispassion in the knowledge, the liberation cannot be attained. So in the second verse that we covered, he says, Muknimichasi chittat vishayan vishayavat. Do you remember? The objects are like the poison. Why it is a poison? When a snake bites us, at least they bite us. But the mind is constantly craving for projecting, for seeking happiness in the world outside. So how do we project happiness? On an object. So what that object? How I know the object? Through the sense organ. What the sense organ does? The likes and dislikes. So that is the message the master is giving. You want liberation? Check. Examine here and now in the life now. What we start thinking, what is liberation? What is realization? No. The realization is here and now. The mindfulness is here and now. I have to examine my own life, my own experiences. And the moment I examine my own experiences, take an example. Take an example of what? Take a ceramic cup. Can you tell me how far is ceramic from the cup? Take your house. How far is the space from your house? Tell me. Do you need any practice? How far is wave from the water? Ask yourself. I see the cup, I don't see the clay. I see the waves, I don't see the water. I see the house, I don't see the space. Only that is the problem, that is the wrong notion. The mind keeps it, and that is why the mindfulness is too far from us. Too far from us. Remember the three questions: the liberation, knowledge of the reality, and the dispassion. So the master has taken up only the liberation, because without dispassion in the knowledge, liberation, or we cannot achieve the state of mindfulness. So the last week we covered Naprathvim, none of these five elements. You see, what is the problem? What is the problem? My body, mind, sense organ, intellect, and the world outside is made up of matter. We 100% know matter consciousness. World and me. I am and I am not. We know it 100%. Even when I say I know you, it means I am here, you are there. We know that separation. We are already separate, but still, practically, we don't experience that separation. There comes the fourth verse that I contemplated for almost 20 years, and I always enjoy reflecting on this verse. My entire Shanti meditation and the four-step relaxation practices that you have done is based on this verse. Let us understand this verse first literally, and then we will go deeply. Yadi deham prathak kratyah. First part of the verse means, if you separate body from yourself, chiti vishramyatisthasi, the mind naturally rests within. So what happens into that state? Adhunaiva sukhi shantah. Then you are in peace and happiness here and now, not by any practice. Not by any practice. And if you continue into that state, you reach to the highest state of mindfulness. What you need to do? You need to do nothing. Let us take two objects. Are they separate or are they together? Even if they are together, I know they are separate. In the same way, do I know that body and the self are separate? I know it. I am aware that I am not the body. Do I experience that aware? Do I have that awareness? Yadi deham prathak. I know it. I am not the body. It means I am different from the body. I know it that I am separate from the body. And still the mind lives in ignorance and it says, I am the body. So this master is saying that you need not to practice anything. Just know it. Do I know that I am separate from you? Here and now? Do I know I am separate from my honey? That is what the master is saying. Awareness is required. You don't need a practice. Take one example more. I close my eyes. I don't see anyone. When I don't see anyone, it does not mean that you do not exist. The knowledge is already, you are already present. Now I open my eyes. So the problem is my seeing, my wrong notion that is created in the mind. How to remove that wrong notion? So I keep my eyes closed and I want to know you. I want to see you. I start mantra. Oh, let me do the mantra to know you, to see you. Nothing will happen. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So this master is going at a very deeper and the higher level. He says by practice, you cannot remove your ignorance. I've already made it clear. Mondays and Thursdays, the path is practice, practice, practice. Here the master is saying you don't need any practice. Are you aware of it? Are you aware? Here and now. Do you see that? So what he is saying, Yadi deham prathakratyaha chiti vishramya tishtasi. Can I separate phone from my laptop? It is already separate. What do I see? I have to see. I have to see. I have to become aware that they both are separate. I have to become aware that I am not the body and the body is separate from me. What does it mean by separation? There are many meanings of separation. One meaning, which is very common, divorce, departure, division, partition. Are we separating body from the mind, the body from the ego sense, body from the real self? That is required. So, what practice can help us to separate body from the ego sense? You don't need any practice. You need to be just aware. Are you getting it? Not very difficult to get it. Can consciousness and matter ever meet? Consciousness and matter never meet. They are always separate. Why to separate body from home? The body should be separated from ego sense. Ego sense means I thought, which claims I am the body. Why ego claims I am the body? The identification is caused by ignorance, by the incomplete knowledge. What is identification and what it does? The ego in the mind, due to ignorance, claims I am the body. The identification serves the purpose of running in the world and search happiness outside. The moment I have an identification, I am the body, we start thinking about the objects outside, the people outside. That needs to be dropped. How to separate body from the real self? How to separate body from the real self? By viveka. By discernment. The discernment leads to dispassion. What is the meaning of separation? Breaking the identification. Understand clearly again. Ignorance is removed by knowledge. Knowledge we get by discernment, viveka, and the viveka we get by contemplation and thinking here and now. Not doing any practice in the future. The future does not hold the freedom. Future is here and now. This is what this master is saying. Adhunaiv sukhi shantah. Adhunaiv. Adhunaiv, the Sanskrit meaning is here and now. So here and now is not a practice. Can I become aware? Awareness, what is that awareness? That I'm different and separate from the body. Am I really joined by the body with the glue? Like the man who says, this cow listens to me, this cow is mine. Am I chasing after the cow, or the cow is chasing after me? If the cow is chasing after me, if cow belongs to me, if the cow follows me, unleash the cow and check. If the body follows me, become aware and check. The body really follows you. And if the body follows you, tell the body, live for 200 years. Never get sick. Never get sick. See that? So, we understood I have to remove the ignorance. The ignorance is removed by the knowledge, not by the practice. The knowledge is received in your mind by discernment, separation. Discernment takes place when I start thinking about it. What that means thinking? I examine here and now, not in the future. I examine my personal experiences. I feel the sensation in the body. In deep sleep, body is not there. It means I cannot be the body. I'm different from the body. That is the beauty of this master. This master never guides you, never teaches you any practice. It says mindfulness is here and now or never. That applies to the seeker. Who is a seeker? Who has attained the state of dispassion? Who clearly knows what is self and what is non-self? That leads you to that state. Yadi deham prathak kratyah. First, every verse has 4 parts. The first part, yadi deham prathak kratyah. That literally means if I separate myself from the body, I'm already separate. What it takes to separate the phone from the mouse, they are already separate. I have to simply know it. I know it. I'm aware of it. Same way, the body and the consciousness, body and the I am. Second part, it says, yadi deham prathakratya chiti vishramya tishtasi. The moment I become aware that this body is separate from me, the mind enters into the state of rest and calmness. Where? Within. Why? Drive the car without the wheels. The wheels of the mind is the body. You cannot. So when you separate, the mind realizes that I'm separate. So mind rests within. So when the mind continues to rest within, then what happens? Adhunaiva sukhi shantah. I always love this verse. Adhunaiv. Adhunaiv means here and now. Sukhi, shantah, peace and happiness. Here and now the peace and happiness is. And if we continue, bandha mukto bhavishyasi. Freedom, liberation. Liberation from whom? Are we seeking freedom for the mind or freedom from the mind? Freedom from the mind. Mind says you are in anxiety. This is only a thought. I seek freedom from the mind. I separate that thought. Anxiety is gone. Anger is gone. That is why I always say, remember again, can you plan to be angry tomorrow at 10 a.m.? You cannot plan. The moment the 10 a.m. comes, the smile will come into your face because you are aware, you are conscious. Because you are not anger, you are peace. So hence, you enter into the peace. That is the beauty of this teaching. So let us be into the mindfulness from the very first step. We will not do any step. It will be all the state of doing nothing. We just become aware. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Body is, you are aware of the body. Means examine. You are aware of the body. You feel the body. And you look inside the heart. Looking is not doing anything. As long as you are aware, you are not doing anything. So you are looking deep inside the heart or the head, in the space. When you are looking into the space, become aware of any point in the space and you will discover calmness is already there. Calmness is already there. Did I create calmness? No. Now get the true sense of being comfortable. Being comfortable does not mean becoming comfortable. See that. Becoming is a practice. Being comfortable is here and now. So you move the mind on the neck joint. Be there. Feel sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. I always use the phrase practice the non-practice. Practice that which is a non-practice. When you want to do something in your life, the mind is always excited. It is agitated, but we say it is, I am excited, I am fired up. We polish the phrases. So we are not doing anything. You are looking at the shoulder joint. Looking is not doing anything. You are looking there. You feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So you see, being comfortable. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Casually you're looking. The way I'm looking at you, I'm not doing anything. My eyes are open. So your mind is open, means mind is aware. Looking at all the joints in the body. Don't make it a practice. Don't start a move in a hurry. Casually you're looking at all the joints. Your mind reminds and recalls the ankle joints, knee, spine, shoulder, elbows. Okay. Move casually and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. For the sake of understanding, we are in the stage one. There is no stage of mindfulness. Be very clear. But still, for the sake of understanding, for the sake of clarity. So, being carefree. What it takes to see that you are separate from the thought that enters into the mind. Do you need to make any effort? No, I need to know it. Simply, I need to be aware of it. And that is why I gave you a lot of similes, metaphors. Pick up any metaphor that you like, that your mind accepts. Being carefree. The birds are flying. Very good. We say my mind is wandering, but we don't examine where it is. It is in the mental space. So the birds are flying in the space, the thoughts are flying in the space. So you see both the space and the birds. Done. You're there. No thought belongs to you. Every thought projects some objects outside. You're not outside, you are within. That's how I developed based on this. The more I study, more I contemplate and reflect on this, I get more deeper insight. Second example, being carefree. The water on the surface of an ocean, disturbed, agitated because of the wind of the desire in the mind. Deep inside, water is calm. If you like that simile, take it that. So the moment you hear that simile and you see, okay, thoughts are not me. When thoughts are not me, how I can be crazy and lazy at any point of time in my life? Or you can pick up standing across a road watching the traffic. The two are separate. You are carefree. Did we do anything? No. Our whole emphasis is practice the non practice. Being casual. Being casual is natural. Is water not natural? Even if we see the flood, the tsunami, the clouds, the waves, and the foams. Do the wave exist in the water? Does body exist in me? Or body is simply an instrument? I examine, I experience, and I'm aware. That that much is required. I'm ignorant, removed by knowledge. Knowledge is gained by viveka, the discernment. So I separate in my mind. I see them the way I've shown you. I see the mouse is separate from the phone. We have just seen it. I simply become aware. Knowledge is gained by viveka. Viveka is gained by thinking, contemplation in that direction. I'm casual. We all are casual. Now, in that state, let us move to the stage two. I made it clear there are no stages in any meditation or mindfulness. practices, but still for the sake of understanding. Now, looking at the head and the neck, move the mind, or if I say, let the mind touch the skin or the cell of the skin of the head and the neck. You see what I'm doing? You'll be surprised. I'm inspiring your mind to get engaged in what I am saying so that you become a seeker at that point and you raise your awareness so that your mind stops thinking mindfulness is a practice, and the moment you drop that wrong notion, you enter into a deeper experience. So I'm thinking for you. I'm not guiding you any meditation. So move the mind on the entire head and the neck. Then what I say, pay attention. Be there. Be there. Feel and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. What I'm saying, enter into my home. See the space in the living room. Are you aware? You say yes and you see it. Done. Look at the right arm. Examine means, now see again I'm engaging your mind. Move the mind on the right arm, touching every cell from the shoulder to the fingertips. Be there. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves, looks, feels the entire left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. When you are aware, here and now, what else you need to do the practice? No practice. So when you live into that awareness, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I become aware of the space. I experience the emptiness. Do I need to do anything to practice? Do I need to practice anything to experience emptiness? No. I'm already there. I see it. The mind is looking the entire rib cage in the front and the back. Shoulder down to the last rib, touching every cell of the skin of the rib cage, being there, feeling there. What? Being there, feeling there. So, whatever is your experience, we accept it. The experience is sensation. You may get variety of sensation. It includes tingling, numbness, freezing. In the mind, you may have vision, colors. Accept it, recognize, accept. Why? We are not doing anything. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Because our mind keeps living with the wrong notions, with identification, claiming practically that I am the body. That is ignorance, can only be removed by knowledge. Knowledge is gained by discernment, and discernment gained by examining, by contemplation and reflection. That is exactly we are following. Is this practice? No. Belly. Become aware of the belly. If I say straight, be there, feel, experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Many of my students who are attending private sessions with me, they said, when you guides doing some mantra, I feel very calm and relaxed. So I asked them, is relaxation is present in the mantra or in you? You have to examine. So this approach, Saturday's approach is just here and now. Are you ready? Are you aware? That is the key. Right leg. Mind looks at the right leg, the skin of the right leg, from the right side of the waist to the toes. Be there. Feel. What do you feel? And experience sensation, relaxation, stillness. Pay attention what I'm saying. Look and be aware the experience enters into you here and now. I'm not saying you do this practice, then only you have this experience. The mind goes to the left leg. The mind is aware of the left leg from the left side of the waist to the toes. You are there. Where on the left leg? Are you aware of it? Yes. Feel and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Do you know the body? Yes. Are you aware of the entire body? Yes. Do you feel the body? Yes. When you are aware, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Yadi deham prathakratyaha. If I see that I'm not the body, that ego sense drops, the mind lives within, but we need to continue. Look at the breath that is going in and out, feeling the sensation. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. But examine where the movement of the breath is happening. It is happening in the space. That space is present inside and outside. So, awareness of the space and awareness of the breath. What I did, I separated the two. Because I'm aware of the space and I'm aware of the breath. Look at it. Yadi deham prathakratyaha. That is another way. That is why the Buddha says don't practice, don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Just maintain awareness of the breath, and the time comes, we slip down and beyond the activity of the breath. The breath is related to many, many emotions in the mind. The fear of the death is one of them. So he picked up the breath awareness. So we are aware of the space behind the breath. That is all. And all we are aware of the breath and the space behind the breath. And now we will continue to examine our experiences with reference to the mind. That is what the stage 3. Do you remember ignorance is removed by knowledge? Knowledge gained by discernment. Discernment is acquired by contemplation and reflection. So let us examine the mind. Very examination will help us to go deeper. We are in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Become aware of the room in which you are meditating now. The articles, the items present in the room. Don't forget to become aware of the space also. In that space in the room are present the people, the play articles, and the objects. Just become aware. So you here means the physical mind and the physical objects. For the mind to see physical objects, the mind has to acquire the shape, the nature of a physical mind. Discernment means separating. Now, become aware of the body, you and the body. You here means the mind that is experiencing the physical body. Did I give the example? Do you know the phone and the mouse are separate? Consider yourself as a mouse, conscious. You and the physical body. You're not doing anything. You and the physical body. Because you see the body, you experience the body, that proves that it is separate. What I need to do to separate? I need not to make any effort. Very good. Let us go a little deeper. Now, from the physical to the subtle. Look at the breath. Keep looking at the breath. You and the breath. So, now that mind is subtle mind. It was the physical mind which was looking at the body. It was the physical mind looking at the world outside. It's just a separation. You need not to separate, they are already separate. No identification. Discernment leads to dispassion. So you're looking at the breath. Who is looking? The subtle mind. It is not the physical. Mind is the same. Okay, let us go deeper. What is deeper than the breath? By natural example, we find deeper than the breath are the thoughts, feeling, and our experiences. Okay, keep looking at those thoughts, which are already separate. All my experiences are separate from me. But who is looking? The subtler mind. Subtler mind is looking at the thoughts and the feeling and the sensation and all the experiences, my friends. Now explore what is deeper than the thoughts and the feelings and the sensation. The mind instantly says nothing, it is all emptiness. Remain in that state of emptiness. Remain in that state of nothingness. Remain in that state of space. So, who is looking? The subtlest mind. And that subtlest mind enters. Where is that center? Subtlest mind is witness. What is this witness? It is what the J. Krishnamurti says, choiceless awareness. Why it is emptiness at the subtlest level of the mind? It is pure. It is aware. It is full of wisdom. Means ignorance is gone. That is why the mind does not pick up any object of the name in the form. Even it perceives that it has no name in the form. Why? Because I see that I am not the body. The mind is crazy. It falls back with the wrong notion. What should I do? Do nothing. Examine. Become aware. Either you can start from the breath, but just remember the word so that it helps you to reach to that. You're looking at the breath, the subtle mind is looking at the breath. So instead of going out, you go within. Then deeper than the breath are the thoughts, feelings, sensation, and deeper than the thoughts is nothingness. The subtlest mind alone is. That alone is choiceless awareness. You are already in the state. You need not to do anything. We did nothing today. That is what our master, greatest master, I say, yadi deham prathakratyaha. If I see, which is already there, that the body is not me, separate from me, I'm aware. I'm aware that the mouse and the phone are separate. Body and the mind are separate. The moment it is separate, the mind rests within. How come? No wheels in the car. Adhunaiv sukhi shantah. Adhunaiv. Here and now. That is the meaning. Adhunaiv. What peace and happiness. Bandha mukto. Liberation is at hand. Freedom from the mind. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, mine on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, and bring the hands down. I appreciate it happened beautiful to everyone. How are you, Jerry and David? I could see the smile on Sam. Hey, that's really good. Wonderful. Younger, I always say that. Younger. Yes, how are you, Jerry and David? Is going and coming back because
Hello.
that is mindfulness. You see, David, you have to disconnect. Internet disconnects you and connects you. You have to disconnect from the body. Yes, David.
Uh, it was a very good practice. The um, the space that I was able to find was just very, very peaceful. Um,
Good.
when you talked about going to the cells of the skin, that was interesting. That created a lot of tingling feeling, which was interesting. But then after that, the rest of the time, I was just in this space. I think I heard everything you said, but I was just like, just in this space. It's hard to describe. It was beautiful.
Beautiful. I think when you say there is everything is the space. And today, maybe during the day, examine if there is no awareness, there is no space. If there is no space, there is no awareness. So you are already there. That's so beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. I appreciate the message of that. We don't really need to practice it. It is there, and because oftentimes I talk about practicing it too, and it isn't a practice. It's just an awareness, and sometimes a lot of that conditioning of our mind gets in the way, but it doesn't have to. We can just look at it, like you
You
say.
can just look at it. Sure.
So
That
it
is,
was
yeah,
great. Thank you.
that is really, yeah, the great way to explain. So you see that one thing should be there. We should not get carried away by the ignorance of the mind. If the ignorant mind says there is no need to practice, it happened to Ashok a few years back. No, I'm not going to explain anything. So you see that the Jerry is saying that we get the masses clear and then we have to follow it to reach to that state. Beautiful. So how are you, Sam? It's a play and fun, you see, Sam?
Yeah, I was smiling because I started, uh, I think I was drooling a little bit, but I didn't want to do anything about it. So
Yeah, that's good.
I was just having
That's a
drool
deeper
down my
experience.
face. But I didn't make Thursday's meditation, but I replayed it yesterday. And so between yesterday's and today's, I just felt at certain points that my body just didn't exist anymore. It was just gone. Just
Beautiful.
nothing, couldn't feel a thing. And I was just sitting there, couldn't feel a thing. So that's why I was smiling today too. So,
Yeah, yeah. That is a real smile. That's a real smile.
yeah.
I've been telling you that younger, if they do it, they will progress and they will make their material life also successful. Because you have a right perception of the things.
Yeah.
You cannot get agitated and angry and excited and fall into ignorance while dealing at the social professional level. Very good. How are you, Jonathan? And Jordan, I don't know because I don't see you. Jonathan is working? No, not working. How are you, Samir?
Sir, it was a totally different experience and I enjoyed it a lot. Means the mind was going backwards little bit and after that I didn't went to it means I'm very happy that I didn't go to sleep. Go in
Very,
the I was aware all the time means I was aware of each and every word which you spoke and till the end I was aware. Means
very good.
I enjoyed it a lot, sir. Today
Very good. It's a deeper. Did you open the computer by yourself?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, very good.
Nowadays, I am opening the computer every day. I am opening myself only.
Oh, very good. You will remember that it will also break your pattern of the sleep. Sleep also belongs to Tamoguna.
But
So
sir,
I'm going.
Kavita, but sir, Kavita is complaining. She wants to talk to you. Just she opens and she talks to you, but now she is not able to talk to you.
No worries, she is your honey. She can talk to me anytime. I'm always available. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good, thank you. A different experience for me today. I felt like I dropped into this meditation and went to a blank space of darkness, peace, and quietness. And then, whether it be every few minutes, whether it's every seconds, I had no real sense of time. I would just like forget what I was doing and where I was and what was happening. And then I'd like, oh, that's Girish's voice. I'm doing meditation. And then when I realized where I was, I just fell right back into that depth of darkness, quiet, and whatever that it went on the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
meditation.
That's a deeper state. You see that? Because you, David, Jerry, and others are doing Mondays and Thursdays, so that is helping you to settle down. And this today's meditation is helping you to deepen that state so that your mind realizes that you need not to do anything. But only those people who have done lot of practices before, only they can realize there is no need to do anything. Understand that. Don't get into the we should not fall into the ignorance. Oh, there is nothing doing, so okay, I have to do nothing. I close my eyes and I fall into sleep. So you explained it beautifully. How are you, Ashok?
Sir, there is more awareness today, and it is good experience. Nothing more
Good.
to say.
Yes. Continue the journey.
Thank you
Till
so much.
the time comes, we live into that state all the time. It is done. How are you, Teddy?
I certainly felt good when I was in the space.
Good.
And I didn't really want to come out of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is a deeper, you need not to speak a lot. Once you say that your mind says, no, I don't want to go back, means the mind says, I don't want to go back to the same ignorance again. Because ignorance causes the suffering, that causes the identification. How are you, Jonathan?
Good. I had I was driving this morning, so I did my Saturday morning driving meditation, which I certainly think doesn't allow for a deep experience, but it also it kind of is a nice practice of being in that state in the world around. So it was a good experience that way, not as deep as I would obviously in regular, but
I appreciate your commitment. Only your commitment will bring the result, not me. I'm 100% sure. Wonderful, beautiful. And Shobha, how are you?
Fine, sir. Sir, I feel very good all the while or at the time, and my body feels happy.
Body feels happy. Good.
Heavy.
Heavy, yeah.
Heavy.
That's good.
Yeah, and I feel the space, and slowly your voice is going
Too
in
far.
the too far, and
Yeah.
after that your voice is coming to me at the normal
I'm
voice.
already too far from you, so no worries here.
You're not too far in the meditation only.
No. That's a good experience. How are you, Pushkar?
Sir, in starting, I just wandering around my body, and I find myself at the last stage of the session.
Good.
I'm still feeling very good.
Continue the journey. How are you, Vaibhav? Oh, Vivek is also there.
So today the space between the space and the thought, this section is very prominent today.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was helping me to go inside. Like I just now that there is a space, and then I don't have to do anything. That if the thought is coming, it's going on its own.